Sports to the bone family. Greetings once again. Welcome back to another video. Thank you all for checking this one out. Alright, my viewers and subscribers. So you know how we do it over here on this platform. Whenever we have any major decision or any major changes happening around West Indies cricket, I like to take a look at what former players or established commentators have to say about what's happening. Now we're going to be taking a look at what former captain Dwayne Bravo had to say about CWI's decision to replace Ravman Powell. You know, he went in full force, calling it one of the worst decisions he has ever seen. So we're going to be sharing all of that. Plus, we're also going to talk a little bit about later on tonight. Yes, we are set to go live. So make sure you come out and have your say. So we're going to be live at 7:30 tonight. That's around about 6:30 if you're in Jamaica. And quite a few things will be up for discussion. You know, we're going to be looking at, obviously, the situation here. The Shea Hope stepping in as captain. We're also going to be looking at potential or possible replacements for Craig Brathwaite. And we know that the West Indies Championship resumes tomorrow. So we will also take a look at, what's happening there. So yeah, all of them things to be discussed later on. Before we go down into this thing here with Dwayne Bravo, my people, I just want to send out condolences to the entire Bolt family. Yes, news came out last night that Usain Bolt, he lost his father. Yeah, man, according to what the Jamaica Observer posted, his father was battling some sort of illness. And I mean, he was young, he was pretty young. He was 68, you understand? But apparently he was battling a condition and they lost him last night. So I want to say condolences to Usain Bolt and the entire family, you know, the close friends and all of them people. We say condolences to everybody, you understand? That would have been associated with Mr. Bolt Senior. I think his name was Wesley Bolt. So yeah, man, RIP to the great man. All right, let's go into this now, my viewers and subscribers. So West Indies former all-rounder Dwayne Bravo, one of the greatest T20 players to have played the game, he posted something this morning after, I think it was last night leading into this morning, after news came out that CWI has decided to replace Shea Hope, replace Ravman Powell as captain. So we have an article here from the ESPN Cricket Info website that's covering all of it. Gonna be taking a look at the supporting details in the article. Gonna be looking at a couple of things. So the headline says Dwayne Bravo slams Cricket West Indies for removing Ravman Powell as T20 international captain. So it says former West Indies all-rounder and two-time T20 world champion Dwayne Bravo has strongly condemned Cricket West Indies for removing Ravman Powell as T20 international captain. Bravo labeled the decision as one of the worst and called for the end of what he perceives as unfair treatment of players. All right. So let me just read some of the article here, then we'll go into the into Bravo's statement. So it says, as the West Indies senior men's team gears up for an important phase, CWI has announced leadership transitions across all formats. And this is something that we discussed yesterday and also this morning, so we probably don't need to go into all of that. You know, in case you're hearing this for the first, Ravman Powell has been replaced by Shea Hope and Craig Brathwaite, the man who led the test team for a while. He stepped down, so they're gonna name a successor in the coming weeks. Don't know if they are still trying to decide who they want to appoint. You understand? That is something that we're going to discuss later on tonight, so I'm not even going to go too much into that. But this is what Dwayne Bravo posted on social media. He say, this is it now, and I quote, once again, you guys, that's CWI, once again, you guys prove to people of the Caribbean and the cricketing world that the injustices towards players continues. As a former player and fan, right? As a former player and fan of West Indies cricket, this is easily one of the worst decisions ever. Right? They say Powell taking over the cap. Well, easily one of the worst decisions. So he goes on now. Powell taking over the captaincy when our T20 team was in 9th spot and was able to move up to 3rd, right? Up to 3rd spot in the rankings. And this is how you guys repay him. The bad treatment towards players, when would it stop? This is so sad on all levels. Make it make sense. End quote for now. And this is coming from Dwayne Bravo, who obviously knows the cricket better than I do, and most of us that are on this platform here. You know, it's really strange, my people. It's strange. We know that sometimes changes, you're going to make changes. I mean, I don't want to go back over this because I spoke about this morning, and I don't want it to seem as if, you know, I am being emotional because he's from my country. Because, you know, what I realize with a lot of supporters of cricket, once you identify something and you debate and you talk about it, worse if it has something to do with where you are from, people tend to drop all the facts and they start to say, boys, because he's from your country and emotions and all of them foolishness. But taking it from Bravo's standpoint, Bravo is from Trinidad and Tobago. Bravo obviously knows the cricket way more than I do, and he's calling it for what it is. You understand? I can understand wanting to have the same person leading the white ball, both white ball teams, you know, if they can make it. We have Shea Hope, who is our best ODI batsman, and he also makes the T20 team. You understand? So I can understand them wanting to do that. But, you know, it's a bit strange. It's a bit strange. I mean, the last couple of series we didn't do as well as we should have under Ravman. But you have to look at it on a whole. As I was having a discussion with someone in the comment section earlier, you have to look at it at the tenure, the overall. You understand? And to move from 9th to 3rd is nothing easy, you know. Especially when you have a team that's broken, people trying to fit in and all of that. And how quickly we forget what happened in the last 2 World Cups prior to this one that just gone. How quickly we forget what happened. You understand? And all of those who decided that they wanted to get wheeled out of the cricketing wheelchair, even when it wasn't working, they wanted to be wheeled out in wheelchair. But, you know, I think as fans, we need to call it for what it is. You understand? I am happy that this is a topic that we can discuss. I will definitely be talking about it on the live show so we can have other perspective, because as some people are actually saying no, maybe it's because he's from Jamaica and I am from there, my eyes are clouded. You understand? Generally speaking, I come and I post and I will read things and point out stats and say this is why I am leaning towards this. But all of a sudden now, because Ravman is from where I am from, and I point out that, listen, man take the team from 9th to 3rd, and we had the 2nd highest winning percentage under him, only better by Darren Sammy. You understand? I would have thought that we are probably building towards something better, you know. And I cannot be the one to identify those things right now, because obviously we're from the same country and I am being biased based on what a lot of my supporters are saying. So later on tonight we will have a little talk about this. I can't wait to finish work and finish track and field training and go home, go have a discussion about this with you all, my people. Big up on yourself and stay safe. Bless.